What's goody, yeah? What's goody? What's goody? It's your boy, Mr. OKL, coming back at y'all again with another one. Y'all see the title. Y'all see the title. Y'all see the title. Hold on, let me bring this down real quick. We don't want to spoil it, man. First off, hit that like button, subscription button, and also that notification bell before we get right on into this video. Okay. Um, Today's video is going to be a very exclusive one. We're going to continue to do these one. It's called, again, Modern Woman Delusion Part 1. And just like the whole phase, part 1, etc., etc., we're going to keep these going on, okay? We're going to keep these going on, all right? Here's the thumbnail here for you guys. Have modern women overvalued themselves out of the market, all right? And as you can see, what she's saying in this picture, as a victim, I deserve the best. And I think that sums up what these women think today. And it also sums up their outcomes today. They overvalue themselves out of the market, okay? Asking for too much out of the market, whether it's a man's income, a man's ability, stability, et cetera, which is to say that she wants the best out of that guy. The man can make 60, 70K a year, and she wants him to have the potential to make 250K a year so that she can have a lifestyle he's going to provide for. And if he doesn't do that for her, then most likely in today's society, they outprice themselves out of the market, whether it be they get divorces, whether they break up, have children out of wedlock, and think that they deserve the best and try to keep sleeping around with the top quality men, the top 20% of men, thinking that one day they're going to find Mr. Charming that's going to lock them down. But initially what it does is it takes them out of the market. And also, as a victim, they deserve that they feel like they deserve the best. All right. And the victim mindset that they do have, guys, sad to say, they talk about their past trauma. They talk about the decisions that they made in the past. And because of those decisions, not only have they learned and grew and they know themselves, quote unquote, but they blame these men or the future men that they deal with on the past men that gave them this so-called trauma, okay? So it's kind of tough to deal with these types of women. Hence, again, I said they overvalue themselves out of the market, guys. Let's get right on into this, okay? I want to skate right on into this video.
So let's talk about some of the foolishness that I just saw on TV. So Ayanla is back to not fixing a damn thing. And in the process, she's giving black men a platform to say stuff like this.
I don't date black women now because of past experiences. They like to place that strong personality on you. And sometimes you just kind of, stay in a woman's place.
Listen, date whomever you want for whatever.
Now, you see, she automatically rolled her eyes, hence the attitude that he just spoke about. See, I find it funny and ironic that when you tell black women, we can't tell y'all the truth, we can't keep it real, we can't express ourselves, because once we do so, then you guys catch attitudes or you guys have points of contingency with it. And they say, no, as black men or as men, period, you guys are taught to suppress your feelings. I think you should open up. And then as soon as this guy, like right here, opens up and lets them know what's going on, they have attitudes. She's proving the point in the video. I want to run it back.
So let's talk about some of the foolishness that I just saw on TV. So Ayanla is back to not fixing a damn thing. And in the process, she's giving black men a platform to say stuff like this.
I don't date black women now because of past experiences. They like to place that strong personality on you. And sometimes you just kind of, stay in a woman's place.
Listen, date whomever you want for whatever reason you want. But the fact that black men who choose not to date black women feel the need to constantly make it known is an issue. Look, preferences are fine. Everything ain't for everybody, and I embrace that. But if your preferences lead you to rule out an entire race of women, to denigrate the race that you belong to, something is wrong with you.
All right, so let's just get this straight. Passport brothers, successful black men who are divesting or, just going a different way because they want a submissive, feminine woman. She doesn't want you to express anything at all. You guys got to shut up and stay over there in y'all caves. They don't like hearing it. It irritates them, as you can see, the goddamn irritation in her damn face. it irritates them when black men express themselves. But we had to hear, I don't want no scrub. A scrub is a guy who don't get no love from me. We had to hear, to the left, to the left. Everything you own, I can have another you in a minute. We had to hear all types of derogatory expressions that women said to us. We had to hear all about these hot girl summers. I'm a hot girl. I'm going to do what I want to do. How come when y'all do that, it's okay? But as soon as we express real frustration, not wild and free bullcrap, how come we get chastised for that? This black man is simply saying he doesn't date black women because of the attitudes that he mostly gets out of the black woman he dates. And also, black women don't look at black men like himself in a positive light, okay? Black women look at the Pookie, Stugs, and Ray Rays in the positive lights. All right, it's just an expression of how we actually do feel. He's a business owner. His name is Bo. He's 28 years old. I'm pretty sure he done been through it, man.
The past experiences, they like to place that strong personality on you, and sometimes you just kind of, just like, stay in a woman's place.
Listen, date whomever you want for whatever reason you want. But the fact that black men who choose not to date black women feel the need to constantly make it known is an issue. Look, preferences are fine. Everything ain't for everybody, and I embrace that. But if your preferences lead you to rule out an entire race of women, to denigrate the race that you belong to, something is wrong with you. Straight up. But the worst thing is that
and I'm gonna say this: I'm not gonna denigrate an entire race of women, and I don't think that's what all black men are saying. So to her point, in case right there, that's not me. I'm still interested in black women. It's just for the most part, most black women are not compatible today. Most of you are too hypergamous. Most of you are too high maintenance. You rule yourselves out of the dating market because you have too many expectations when you don't even bring things to the table. It's just ridiculous dealing with a lot of you. So we choose to go our own way. We got a lot of passport bros doing their thing. We got a lot of men going MGTOW. We got a lot of men saying, you know what, I'm going to focus on myself, elevate, and I'm going to become that high value figure that this woman wanted so bad. But guess what, ladies? It's still kind of a negative for us in a sense because we had to become that just so you can give us a chance. And as soon as we take that chance, we want to start exercising our options the same way you were able to do so. But they don't like it, though. They don't like these types of mind states, and they want to be able to have their cake and eat it as well. And I'm here to tell y'all ladies, like, okay, we have a majority of men that y'all deal with because y'all deal with less than 50% of us. Y'all deal with about 20% of black women. There's about 20% of men that you guys talk about and you put it on to everyone else. Not all black men are doing that. And sometimes you have black men like Bo, who's 28 years old, who's dealt with you guys and always been turned down, never was good enough, always had to pay for dates, didn't get the vagina. And even when he got it, it was just, you know what I'm saying? It's a whole bunch of things that come with that stigma. It's just not him saying he just doesn't want to deal with black women in particular. It's a deeper conversation when it comes to that. You got a lot of men like that who are not a part of that 20%. And just keep in mind, guys, there's men who are a part of that 20 percentile who might be like Bo. He's a business owner. He probably makes 150K, 200, 300K a year. Who knows? But always get used by black women. They don't really want him. They just want his lifestyle, but he's too quote unquote boring or whatever the case is. You know how they've told us everything, all of their secrets. He's too boring. They don't like a nice guy. They don't like all these flowers in bed. They don't like being treated the right way. TikTok after TikTok, I see it every day. A black woman's, doing some shit like, when the nice guy says, "Hey, good morning, queen," and they go back to bed. But when the Pookie hits them up and says, "Hey, man, what you doing?" and treats them derogatorily, they get wet and they start smiling. So it's basically like they love that derogatory nature. They don't like the nice, peaceful, kind nature inside of a man. I can tell you that. A lot of these women say things like this. And if I'm in a relationship with a man and we're not arguing, there's something wrong. They love chaos. I don't understand it. Matter of fact, I do. It's just generational curse.
damage never gets explored. The conversation always devolves into a talk about Black women's deficiencies. That's ridiculous, and we're not doing that anymore. No. We're done. Why not talk about the fact that these men aren't even halfway desirable? Okay, so
did you see that? These men are not even halfway desirable. That's what she said. So why are you focused on a man that you don't even desire? Do you see what I'm saying, guys? They speak on the minority, but speak for the majority. I don't understand why.
race that you belong to, something is wrong with you. Straight up. But the worst thing is that damage never gets explored. The conversation always devolves into a talk about Black women's deficiencies. That's ridiculous, and we're not doing that anymore. No. We're done. Why not talk about the fact that these men aren't even halfway desirable? Okay, so that's rude, and also not the point. The point is,
see how she's able to sneak that in and say that's rude? Oh, half of us men are not even desirable. The reason why she's able to say that and contradict herself is because it's the norm to call the Black man undesirable, a scrub, a bum, not good enough. You know what I'm saying? It's a norm to do that. So she was able to just slide by and get away with that. Shout out to Lessons of a Housewife in the building. And they're going to be open later. So if you got time, you can join in. Let's continue though, guys. Let me let her finish her rhetoric.
Is that it's normalized to disparage Black women. It's socially accepted to say whatever you want about us, and then we're put in a position to defend ourselves like that stuff is legitimate. And
that's not true. That it's not socially acceptable to say whatever you want about a Black woman. Word to Black Lives Matter. Word to all these white folks that's defending Black women. All right. Word to Roe v. Wade getting overturned. It's not socially acceptable to talk about a Black woman. As a matter of fact, if you type Black woman and then after that you got to, and online on Instagram, you got to be careful what you say after that because you might get flagged. It is not socially acceptable to talk about Black women. It was, but today it's not. You guys are protected. Not the Black man. We talking about the Black woman is God. The Black woman is mother. She but a goddess. The Black woman is the queen. We got a 75 to 80% rate of children being born out of wedlock in the Black community. Most mothers are praised. It's not so. And then most men are shunned because of the fact that they talk about single mothers. It is not socially acceptable to talk derogatorily about a Black woman today. I'm not going to say it doesn't happen. But for the most part, we're not going to play that. We're going to put the fork right in the road over there.
Okay, so that's rude, and also not the point. The point is that it's normalized to disparage Black women. It's socially accepted to say whatever you want about us, and then we're put in a position to defend ourselves like that stuff is legitimate. And honestly, this is not even exclusive to Black men who choose to date out, because there are plenty of Black men who date Black women who really don't like us that much. What's wild is that by the magic of misogynoir, traits that in anyone else would be seen as positive get turned into negatives when they exist in Black.
Did she just accuse us of misogyny? Hold on real quick. Let me see. Let me hear that again.
Like us that much. What's wild is that by the magic of misogynoir, traits that in anyone else would be seen as positive get turned into negatives when they exist in Black women. We are too independent, too strong, too educated, too focused, too confident.
I want y'all to pay close attention to the traits that she said. If other people, and women too, not men, we ain't gonna talk about the men here. Other women, these traits, you know what? She probably, with her feminist mind, she's probably trying to compare men to women here. But I want y'all to pay close attention real quick to the traits that we always tell Black women, yeah, that's cool, but that's not what makes me happy as a Black man. I want you to pay attention to each one of these traits, okay? Real talk.
Who choose to date out, because there are plenty of Black men who date Black women who really don't like us that much. What's wild is that by the magic of misogynoir, traits that in anyone else would be seen as positive get turned into negatives when they exist in Black women. We are too independent.
You damn right y'all too independent, okay? And independent means you don't need us. Interdependent means we can work together. This is what we need. We need to depend on each other. Does a seed and a tree, like does the soil and the seed, talk about independence? No, they need one another. The seed needs to be planted in soil, and it also needs water and sunlight in order to grow. That's the natural order of nature. So what you're trying to do is contradict nature, but by saying that you're independent. You don't need a man. You don't need anyone. You can do it on your own in a male-built society. That's what you're trying to say. These are the disgusting traits that we've been telling you, Black women, about for decades and decades now, man.
Seen as positive get turned into negatives when they exist in Black women. We are too independent, too strong, too educated, too focused, too confident. Does that make sense to you? And on top of that, we have to deal with
We don't care about your education. I'm sorry to say it, ladies. We don't care about your education. And the reason being is because basically it doesn't benefit us in today's society. It only benefits you, and it draws you away from the natural order of a traditional marriage or relationship when a man is trying to court you. You're always in competition. I mean, believe it or not, ladies, whenever you decide to pick career, pick school, be in a man-built society and try to compete with a man out here, I'm sorry to say it, ladies, you are picking that lifestyle over your man. Why do you think the man is the one who brings the butter home, and he's the one that sacrifices the time for his family and his wife to stay home and the kids to be able to eat? That's because he understands his role. We're able to do that. We're built to do that. You ladies are not built to do that. And once you try to step into that role, what it does is now you got two people. If you ever had a magnet and the positive and the negative side, they come together. But when you flip it and you try to put them together and make both of those same energies match, and it just wouldn't work. It always separated, that's what our relationship is represented of, ladies. So you're that magnet that's trying to flip on the same side with us, but it won't ever work. Okay. You have to understand that you are the subordinate and we are, the stronger physically. We're the more logical. We're the leaders. We're the instructors. So with that comes a lot of leadership. With that comes a lot of power. With that comes a lot of responsibility. So ladies, you got to understand, if you try to take that same role on, it's almost like you're challenging us, and men don't like being challenged by their women. Let her finish with what she's saying. Lester says, it's like they get all these degrees to still be stupid. That's what I'm telling you, lessons of a housewife. I don't know what they need to get a housewife degree or something, because whatever degrees they're getting, whether it's a PhD, a bachelor's degree, whatever they're getting, it's not teaching them how to actually be conducive for society. They're only conducive for themselves.
Noir. Traits that in anyone else would be seen as positive get turned into negatives when they exist in Black women. We are too independent, too strong, too educated, too focused, too confident. Does that make sense to you? And on top of that, we have to deal with BS. Objective opinions about our undesirability, like the scientific racism inherent in that article from Psychology Today that deemed Black women statistically uglier than any other race. And none of this is generative. It's meant to argue that Black women are single because we're broken. It's meant to keep us on that treadmill of seeking validation. So we're fed all this stuff about the obstacles that we should surmount to prove that we are worthy of partnership. I decided that I'm not proving anything. I'm not going to pretend to be sweet and docile to make you feel better. Not to mention that the narrative about Black women being—
Ma'am, we already know that was the argument in the beginning. You're not going to pretend to be sweet and docile. First of all, we don't want you to pretend anything. Second of all, we actually do want y'all to be sweet. Okay, and let's look up the definition of docile right now. Okay, just so I don't want to mix anything up. The definition is ready to accept control or instruction. In parentheses, submissive. So basically, she's not ready to be sweet, nor is she ready to be submissive. I was gonna say that, but I want y'all to understand the language that, let me pull it up on Google real quick in case y'all think I'm the one that made it up. I'll stop the screen. All right, don't say I didn't, don't say I made it up. Look at it right here. Ready to accept control or instruction / submissive. So she's not ready to be submissive. And that was one of the problems that we talked about. That's one of the problems that we mainly talk about as Black men. This is why men are going MGTOW, going their own way, et cetera, et cetera. And she just literally validated the argument. You just can't make it up. I promise you can't. Mind you, the title is "We Don't Care Why You Don't Date Black Women." If you don't care so much, why'd you have to make a damn video? See, I can honestly say I make YouTube videos on my Black sisters because I do care. If I didn't care, I wouldn't make a video about you. I wouldn't be explaining the dynamics.
Being single indefinitely is just false. Last year, I spoke to Philip Cohen, who is a sociologist and demographer, and he was kind enough to walk me through the data and explain to me that the overwhelming majority of Black women do get married. We just do it later because the Black men are absent from the dating pool for all kinds of reasons. If you're fixing your mouth to speak...
She said the overwhelming majority of Black women do get married. They just do it later. Are you stupid? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
Overwhelming majority of Black women...
Where did I try that? Hold on real quick.
It's kind enough to walk me through the data and explain to me that the...
Black woman in 2010. Okay, hold on. Okay. We're going to break this shit down. I need to understand what's going on here. Percent of cohort ever married. Okay, so basically, let's take a look at this chart that she want to sit there and try to make it seem like, it's just something so special to talk about. Now, at the bottom here, I don't know if y'all see, but it's ages 20 through 50. Look, she hides the percentages. She don't even show us the percent or the numbers. Okay, I guess okay, never mind. Those are the percentage. All right, so it starts at 70%. Look, she's hiding the information, man. I need that link.
Overwhelming majority of Black women do get married.
Okay, there it go right there. There it go right there. 15. Let's see, where is that? 25, 30, 35, 40. All right, boom. So let's go to 60%. Where is that at? 30? Let's go to 50%. Where is that at? 80? Like, are you fucking serious? That's a good thing? That is not a good thing. So you're telling me at 40, we have 25%. No, at 25% of Black women are getting married. At 40, 30% of Black women. Yo, this chart is weird, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. This chart is weird as hell. I don't know what the hell is going on with this chart, man.
We just do it later because the Black men are absent from the dating pool for all kinds of reasons.
We're not absent from the dating pool. What are you talking about? Black men are not absent from the dating pool. 1/3 of us don't get sex or didn't have sex in a year. And the other 2/3 are fighting for the same things while that top 20% is getting everything because you ladies only see them. Ladies don't like to, quote, settle. And what's settling? A good man that's not making enough for her lifestyle or whatever the case may be. Man making $70K a year, woman can't settle for him. $50K a year, she can't settle for him. Woman be living with her mom, trying to get her CPN or CNA or whatever the nursing thing is, and she's not even making $60K a year yet she can't deal with a man who's actually making $60K a year, got his own spot, got his own car, because he's not doing enough. Y'all can't go out every weekend or this or that. Cut it out, man.
Do it later because the Black men are absent from the dating pool for all kinds of reasons. If you're fixing your mouth to speak negatively all the time about Black women, you're not pro-Black. You can't be. Because the work that Black women do literally keeps Black men alive. It keeps Black communities thriving. That's a
100% lie. 100% lie. First of all, I'm not pro-black. That's number one. Yeah, I used to claim pro-black, but pro-black ain't me. Black folks ain't pro-black. Pro-black ain't something to be. All this black power, black shit is not it, man. It is not it. So you people that's claiming this pro-black, well, black power, I hope y'all have the right intentions on that. And then, being pro-black, quote unquote, does not only include black women. I could have sworn it just included just a black family, period, or black people, period. Which is why I say a lot of these pro-blacks and these comedics and these, hotep niggas, they claim, oh, the black woman is God, and the pro-black community is really a community of men who put black women on the pedestal. And that's what we don't do on this side.
Great philosopher Beyonce Knowles Carter once said, when you hurt me, you hurt yourself. When you diss me, you diss yourself. Get it? For some reason, it's way too easy for y'all not to see black women as the people who care for you in your homes and in your communities, who organize and march for your lives. Instead, we get reduced to the people who hurt your...
I'm not going to let her keep lying. A lot of black women are responsible for black men dying. As a matter of fact, a lot of black mothers, about 2-3 months ago, a black mother called her son to come shoot somebody because I guess her fries were cold or some shit like that. A lot of black women are setting black men up. A lot of black women are, stealing babies from black men and putting them on child support. So I don't know what she's talking about when she says black women are marching. And marching don't do shit for us. All right, ladies, stop marching. Get your ass in the house. Stop marching. We don't want y'all outside marching and doing all this fucking bullcrap. We want y'all in the house or being conservative. Out in the streets, no. The Bible even speaks on that woman with her feet in the streets instead of in the house. You know what I'm saying? This is the Jezebel that you don't need to deal with. And she did quote Beyonce. She said the great philosopher Beyonce said some bullcrap. I couldn't listen to her anymore. I couldn't listen to her anymore. It makes no sense to me. So what we're gonna do now, guys, we're gonna review some fresh and fit videos together. Let's review some fresh and fit videos together, and it's also again on topic: Modern Woman Delusion Part 1. Let's get it right on in. Let's get it right on in. Hit that like button, guys. And my apologies, guys. My apologies. I've been supposed to be going live. The thing is, I just transitioned. I just moved out of one of my spots. I'm transitioning right now, so just bear with your boy. We are going to get right on into it.
So a lot of times women have ego just because men have to create their ego.
There's a lot of things that come with ego as well, though, because, as a woman, yeah, there are women who are born sexy as fuck. We have advantages for being pretty. And then I talk about it all the time. I've had many advantages for being pretty. Right. Like, it never stops, low key.
Wait, that's sexist.
For being pretty? No.
See what I did there?
Yeah, he got you.
Sure.
That was a good point Myron just brought up. That was a good point. That a woman would call that sexist because she just said she gets many opportunities or advantages because she's pretty, and she takes advantage of that. Let's continue. Watch how this delusional woman ties her tongue.
Many advantages for being pretty. Right. Like, it never stops, low key.
Wait, that's sexist.
For being pretty? No.
See what I did there?
Yeah, he got you.
Sure.
Nothing about sexism when it benefits her, right?
No,
here's my point.
I didn't finish my sentence. When you pretty and you like that, when you pretty, you.
If y'all know, look, you notice the girl on the left side of her. She starts nodding her head and agreeing. The girl ain't even say nothing. She just said, "When you pretty," and the girl just starts nodding her head, which goes to show the delusional mind state. They just agree with each other all day and all night. We're wearing diva, as you can see, with the lashes, and probably think she's a 10, but just your average looking girl who puts makeup. Do I have to keep breaking these down, man? Do I have to pull out the 1 through 8 chart? I don't think I need to do that tonight.
Sentence. When you pretty and you like that, when you pretty, you're in danger. Yeah. When you're pretty, like men feel like, you.
Oh, I could have sworn you just said when you're pretty, you have advantages, but you're in danger now. You are in danger when you're pretty now. You just said, if I'm not mistaken, the girl
Being pretty? No.
See what I did there?
Yeah, he got you.
The time who are born sexy as fuck, we have advantages for being pretty. And then I talk about it all the time. I've had many advantages for being pretty. Like it never stops, low key.
Wait, that's sexist.
For being pretty? No.
See what I did there?
Yeah, he got you.
Sure.
Nothing about sexism when it benefits her, right?
No,
Here's my point.
I didn't finish my sentence. When you pretty and you like it, when you pretty, you're in danger. Yeah. When you're pretty, like men feel like, you dress like that, I could touch you, I could slap your ass because you look like that. I could do this because you look like that. Are you ready to fuck to get to this level? Like you are approached differently from a man with that ego.
So at first is when you know, I'm pretty, I was born sexy as F. I have a lot of advantages because I'm pretty. And as soon as Myron, shows her a contradiction, now she starts talking about men saying things like, I want to slap your ass, and is you ready to smash for this? And like, what kind of language does that sound like to you, ladies? Does it sound like a Pookie or a Chad who doesn't give a shit about her feelings and wants her on his program, and probably a top 20% man? Is it B, a man who's a blue collar guy, works at a job who pays him $150K a year, and he just wants a nice and a feminine woman? Or is it C, your everyday average guy who women call scrubs and says, you know what, I don't even want your time? Which one of those guys are telling her that because she's dressed a certain type of way? And then on top of that, what environment is she in when she is dressed that way? She's not around a bottom percentage of men. She's around a top percentage of men who are A-type personalities, who don't give a goddamn shit about what they think. You're on my program when it comes to this situation here. I'm the breadwinner. I'm the confident one. And even if I ain't the breadwinner, quote unquote, because we're not in a relationship, I make my own fucking money. I make enough for me to hold my nuts. Point blank, period. I don't need no woman to sit there and validate. You know what I'm saying? That's what type of guy that she's talking about. She ain't speaking on these, she ain't speaking on the majority of men. I need y'all to understand that. Just peep her lingo, peep how she tried to flip it. Versus, I'm born pretty, I have a lot of advantages. That's that cocky masculinity, because a lot of women, they try to be masculine and throw out accolades. And those accolades come with how pretty they are and their vagina, et cetera, et cetera. We don't care about the money and all that status shit. So she got caught up in trying to throw her accolades out in a masculine manner, because a man is going to say the same. What if a man was to say what she just said, right? Where I was born handsome, you know what I'm saying? So that got me a lot of advantages, et cetera, et cetera. A man would have been confident. He would have just stood on it. But now she got to flip it, because that's the only, tool she has. I'm pretty. I was born pretty. I got advantages because I'm pretty. I'm able to be around certain men because I'm pretty. And also I get to shame these men and say, oh, well, this guy only wants me because I look good and I'm wearing tight clothing. Think about this, guys. Just think about what
nothing about sexism when it benefits her, right?
No,
here's my point.
I didn't finish my sentence. When you pretty and you like it, when you pretty, you're in danger. Yeah. When you're pretty, like men feel like, you dress like that, I could touch you, I could slap your ass because you look like that. I could do this because you look like that. Are you ready to fuck to get to this level? Like you are approached differently from a man with that ego.
I would beg to differ, which is why I'm happy I broke down these types of men she's talking about. She's speaking on A-type personalities who have the money, status, and women to be able to just do that and kick you to the curb, okay? But I would argue that, no, it's not the pretty, fine, sexy ones. unless you want a yacht or hot girl summer. It's not y'all that men just slap y'all ass and think, okay, it's easy. It's the ones who are less attractive, you know, the ones who might have a fat ass, but in the face, those are the ones that men will be more comfortable doing things like that. And these women are more receptive to that. So I would argue that that's not necessarily the case, mostly, unless we're speaking on what I brought up earlier, you being able to use your pretty self and your advantages to get in spaces where men of high statuses are. And some of these men might have slapped your ass, but we're not speaking on these men when we talk about the minority of men that you ignore. Just because you're pretty, unless it's how I said, just because you're pretty don't mean men will approach you that way, but they will if you are slutty. Oh yeah, absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. If you're a slutty little thought piece, if you out there throwing your little booty and, you know what I'm saying, everybody, you just looking like you having fun, of course he gonna come. And you dressed up like a prostitute, or you dressed up with tight clothing and you look like all these different modern 304s, of course you're gonna get what you deserve.
Who chose the clothing?
It's not
Why does that
specific.
matter?
Hold on.
Are you ready to fuck to get to this level? Like, you are approached differently from a man with that
Question for
ego.
you. Who chose the clothing?
It's not
Why does
specific.
that matter?
Hold on.
Why does that matter?
Because we gotta have because we gotta have a little bit of accountability here, ladies. Okay.
So you saying if I'm dressed in shorts, it gives you, if I'm in a bikini, I'm at a pool party. I'm in a bikini, I'm rolling up.
Yep.
Right? I'm talking to my homegirl, boom. Nigga just come behind me, slap my ass.
Yep.
He's in the right.
I never.
I always try to push the envelope. Now it's all about you being at a pool party in a bikini. I mean, I think everybody's at a pool party in a bikini. I mean, there's going to be men in there with shorts and all that shit. Pushing the envelope. So at first is you dressing up tight and you looking pretty. Now you want to push the envelope and talk about you at a pool party in a bikini. Who doesn't come to a pool party in a bikini? And who goes to pool parties, ma'am? I'm sorry to say it, ladies. Most 304s are going to 3 pool parties today. Let's stop acting like this, man.
If I'm in a bikini, I'm at a pool party. I'm in a bikini, I'm rolling up.
Yep.
Right? I'm talking to my homegirl, boom. Nigga just come behind me, slap my ass.
Yep.
He's in the right.
I never said that. But what I
chose to wear a bikini instead of shorts.
Okay. Do you live in reality? Because I do. I don't operate on what should, could, or would. I operate on what is.
I'm telling you what happened to me.
I know. Okay, that's fine. What is that there's a lot of pieces of shit out there. What is that there's a lot of bad people out there. What is there's a lot of sexual predators out there that are willing to take opportunities and that present themselves. So what I'm saying is that you got to operate on what is. You can't control the world and you can't control the weirdos out there. So if one of the few things you do control is how you dress, how the world perceives you, being safe, etc. So this is why men don't like their girl dressing in a certain way, because men know these threats. Men have to accept reality. Men have to accept danger, etc. So a lot of times when a guy's telling you, yo, I don't like you being dressed like that, 9 out of 10 times what you're trying to argue with them, I don't want to change, and asking him for a dumbass explanation. Listen, I'm telling you not to do this because I know the dark side of the world, because men have to experience these things. They know what men are capable of. So when a guy tells you that, instead of you arguing with him, that's where they're typically coming from. So even though what that guy did is reprehensible, he shouldn't be touching women that he doesn't know, we got to operate on reality. That's what happens when you sexualize yourself. When a man sexualizes a woman, 9 out of 10 times that woman sexualized herself. And women got to bear some responsibility for sexualizing themselves to some.
And I love the point that Myron brought up. You understand what I'm saying? I love the point that he brought up. And I want to point out the fact that he did bring an exclusive point. Men look at things from a relationship standpoint today in this modern world, whereas women or these modern women are looking at things from a sexual standpoint. Why? It's because they control the access to sex and we control the access to relationships in today's world. So how Myron broke it down was basically how a man views who he's going to wife, whereas she broke it down on a standpoint where she's putting herself out there for multiple men to see her. Okay, it's almost like, okay, I'm going to go dress slutty, but I don't expect all these men to be on me. This is a sexual thing. Myron's saying, I'm going to go out, do my thing, and if she does dress slutty, I'm not going to wife her. She's speaking from a sexuality standpoint. Myron's speaking from a relationship standpoint, which is why I need you guys to start focusing on these modern women and understanding their lingo and their language. Don't listen to what they say and take it in like, okay, this is, she really means this. Take it in for what she's trying to say. Let them speak for 5-10 minutes and they expose themselves. Shout out to King God in the building. He says these women shouldn't even be allowed to buy sperm. They shouldn't. And King God, what do you think about these men? Why are these men even selling their sperm? I get, besides the, the stigma today of poverty, whatever. Why are men even selling their sperm, giving it out freely like that? Let's continue.
That's what happens when you sexualize yourself. When a man sexualizes a woman, 9 out of 10 times that woman sexualized herself. And women got to bear some responsibility for sexualizing themselves to some degree, because the world is a cold place and it doesn't owe you understanding. So if you want to dress like a hoe, hold on. If you want to dress like a hoe, be prepared for idiots out there to treat you like a hoe, even though you shouldn't be treated that way. But hey, they're going to go out for a whole uniform, aren't they?
I done went to the store and I bought a big t-shirt, some fat ass boy shorts. Like, what? Like, and niggas will still try to get at you. And a nigga will still sexualize you. Like,
a lot of times,
All right, I have a question for you.
What you wear.
If you wear a condom and you have sex with a girl, is it 100% chance that you aren't going to get her pregnant?
Hell yeah, 100% chance that you're not going to get pregnant.
No, it's more like 99 point something, right? Like
99.99.
But
with the condom on, though.
But yeah,
Your pussy could be too tight and it'd be.
How many?
ladies, you're reading a little bit too much into it. The point of the exercise is
Delusion at its finest. As y'all can see, the same old stuff over and over again. We got another Fresh and Fit video as well that we want to I want to break this one down as well. I like this one. I'm not gonna lie, I like this one here. It was funny. It was very funny. And it also breaks down the delusion in modern women today. It does break down that delusion. Oh, let me get on screen here real quick. Let me get on screen. We in the building, man. We in the building, man. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. Y'all make sure y'all hitting that like button and that subscription button. I'm gonna be going live tomorrow, and I'll let y'all know exactly when I'm going live too. So let's get right on into this video right here. Hold on, guys. We're gonna react to this one right here.
For me, this was super informative. I just think that the resources that you use was not credible.
Oh,
so
they did?
most
Oh.
of everything is invalid
yes,
and it's your opinion.
Yes, it
And
is.
then I just felt like
real quick. But
You-
make sure not what was not credible specifically.
because you didn't give numbers. You said majority, which is 51% or more, but you never said a number. So like
Okay,
it's not
what
credible.
specifically do you want numbers for?
Everything that you said.
Give me an example.
For example, you said most men you said a lot of things. So whatever you said, you never gave a number. There's no numbers, there's no stats, whatever.
We have a cheat sheet with
Where?
all these stats you can look at as well.
I mean, do
I
we
wanna
need a
see-
study to say that the sky is blue?
Yes.
Then
I'm a numbers
there's
person.
there's just no
I'm a
reasoning
numbers
with you.
person.
You have got to be shit. This girl just said you need a study to see that the sky is blue. Modern woman delusion at its finest, guys.
Person.
So if you need a study to tell you that the sky is blue, then I don't know what to tell you. You lack critical thinking skills.
How would you know the sky's
Whoa.
blue if you don't have a study?
Now you're just trying to be a
No,
contrarian and argue.
I'm not.
Hey, Miss
Yes,
here's
you
Let me
are.
tell you. Let me tell you.
Here, look here on screen. Here's numbers. Here's a chart.
Where's the source from?
Nigga?
What day?
It comes from okay. It comes from okay Cupid.
No. What's the date?
It comes from okay. It comes from 2010. Okay Cupid, which, like I said before, dating apps are a very accurate measurement of what people really want because they can't be judged.
This was 2010 though. This is new. It's a newer generation. It's 2010. You can't go off of 2010.
Bring your
We're not
study.
20. I don't have to say anything. You guys are saying
That's-
our information.
I'm telling y'all, that's one of the main arguments of women. Oh, that was the past. That's back then. That's what happened over there. Today is a new day. They won't even go 10 years back and compare, which is a different mind state. Women don't They think emotionally, men think logically, so it would be logical to compare things in the last decade based off of what happened so that you can make better decisions or better evaluations.
Like I said before, dating apps are a very accurate measurement of what people really want because they can't be judged.
This was 2010 though. This is new. It's newer generation. It's 2010. You can't go off of 2010.
Bring your
We're not
study.
20. I don't have to study.
Well, yes, you can.
guys are
Yes,
saying
you
all
can.
information.
That's the point.
Okay, I would one day. No, seriously.
I mean, dude,
I
like
want to see the numbers. No,
you're telling me that you need a study to corroborate something that's like clearly a verifiable independent fact?
correct.
If you ask 10 men, but if you ask 10 women, it's
Nah.
gonna be a different thing. For some,
Correct.
if you ask 10 men, but if you ask 10 women, it's
Nah.
gonna be a different thing. For some of the things that you said, yeah.
BYOF.
The
Bring your own
argument,
facts.
the argument was men prefer younger women. So why would a woman's opinion matter on that?
I said for some of the things, so don't come at me. I was just.
But that's what we're discussing right now.
I'm just saying. I just want to update
You
it.
gotta be relevant if you're gonna interject.
No, she is relevant, but
No,
I'm
she's
just
not.
saying. I just want to update it, like stats about the information that you're saying, so you can be credible.
All right, here's
And then-
the update. Your
Hold
thing
on,
over.
Chris.
Oh,
Hold on.
Lord, go. I wanna see it. I'm not like denying what you're saying. But
No.
I'm saying
But
what's
like,
something updated.
you do you not understand how asinine this argument is? Like, if I was to say, right, I need a study to prove that women prefer men that make money and are tall and are athletic, have an athletic build.
Hey fam, I don't know if y'all recognize, but that's a PhD, all right? She's studying to have become a PhD graduate. Okay. Kevin Samuels went wrong, man. Them PhDs, y'all, them educated, strong women, y'all need to stay away from them. Y'all need to stay away from them motherfuckers. Zilla, what's going on, man? What's happening, brother? No, and I mean that, man. Stay away from them because they, like I said in the beginning of the goddamn video, they are in direct competition with your nature. I don't care what they say. They are in direct competition of a man's nature. All right? Them PhDs, them women that are educated, strong, can do it on their own and don't need a man but want a man. They are in direct competition of your nature, man. Let's continue.
Wouldn't I sound stupid? Money and are tall and are athletic, have an athletic build. Wouldn't I sound stupid for that?
No, nothing stupid.
No, I would sound stupid because I am doubting something that is easily verifiable and factual. Women overwhelmingly prefer men that are tall, that have money, that have status.
If you find it, you find it. If we see it. Like, I'm not saying that you're wrong. It's okay.
This is the education system. Holy shit.
Yes, it is.
Oh my God. Oh God. This is bad. I mean, dude, like
this is scary. Actually.
This is scary that she's a PhD candidate and you need a study to verify something that is clearly it's indisputable.
In the PhD program, you do studies to verify information. Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, but
like,
you
what
see
do you
how she's trying to mock
understand?
him now? You see how she's trying to mock him and use her accolades like, oh, in the PhD system, you do study. Yeah, you study bullcrap and you don't know shit. What the hell? You don't need to study the goddamn sky to know that it's goddamn blue. Of course, we've created colors, but man, let me stop.
Program,
man.
you do studies to verify information. Like, I don't understand.
but
like, what do you not understand?
They're not going to waste their time doing an entire study
Yes, we
to
do.
verify something that is clearly factual. Men prefer younger women. It's been that way since the beginning of time.
You know what? I'm gonna do my dissertation on that. To find a study. Like, what's okay? Like, whatever. I like numbers. So I just feel like in the future, you're gonna marry in the future. I don't know about you. I feel like you have like a more military like style that you're in the military. So you're like, oh, me. So I feel like you're never gonna get it. Military, non-military. That's what I think. From reading you guys.
She's 27.
I operate on facts and logic.
Were you in the military? Anybody?
No.
You guys have military like mindsets, like you. This one, I feel like eventually you're gonna be a simp, and then you're gonna like marry
Oh shit! Damn! She done hurt. She hurt this man hard, and I agree with her too. You feel what I'm saying? Because a real one, understands that females, even though they be lying, they understand who a lame is, and they understand who's assertive. They understand the guys that they deal with. They understand how to differentiate between these dudes. That's crazy how she called this man out. It's funny. That right there was probably one of the most truthful things she said, because that boy do look like a simp. And he do be acting like a simp too.
That's like you. This one, I feel like eventually you're gonna be a simp. And then you're gonna
Look how he looking, bro.
Damn. Yeah, she don't know me. So you don't know at all.
I don't.
Yo, you know that's funny? People underestimate Fresh, but they underestimate the fuck out of Fresh. Hey man, they don't know, man.
Okay. All right,
And it speaks to what I was talking about earlier. It just speaks to what I was talking about earlier. It don't matter if you have value. It don't matter if you're making $250K, $1 million a year. You in the top 20% now. These women still talk about you, and they still pick and choose from that basket. So that 20% basket, that top 20 percentile, who's 100K to a couple million or whatever the case may be, they still pick from that basket. So these men, they think that these ladies literally don't pick and choose from them. I got $1 million. I got this. I got that. I'm renting a Lambo. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. So these bitches ain't gonna turn me down. Look at DJ Academics. He thinks he's the prize, and he getting trashed by these women. He getting exposed. And see, that was an example of what I'm talking about. These ladies, they are hypergamous at all levels. Okay, let me bring this back up. Let me bring that back. Let me bring this brand back up real quick. Have modern women overvalued themselves out of the market? Yes, they have. Fresh is a multi-millionaire, and I'm sorry to say it, Fresh, they think they're more valuable than you, so it don't matter about your millions. She says that you're going to be a simp. Like, this is what I'm talking about. These ladies overvalue themselves. Okay? I'm not here to get mad at them or shun them for doing it. I'm just here to report the news to you guys.
You know what? We got 14,000 plus people watching in the chat right now. Guys in the chat, if you prefer a woman between 18 to 24, give me a 1. If you prefer a woman in her 30s or 40s or above, give me a 2. Let's see what the chat says. We got 14,000 people watching right now from all different realms of the world.
One for
give
the
me your
one.
unbiased opinion, guys.
One.
What do you prefer?
200.
Incredible.
It's the 1 year.
Yo, it is scary that you are pursuing a PhD right now and don't agree with like independently verifiable facts.
I never said I don't agree. As I said, I want credible resources. That's what I'm saying. I never said you're wrong.
You need a credible resource to say that 1 + 1 is 2?
Did you hear that? Like,
You
he was
never
wrong. I
said
never
no.
said he was wrong. I never said you're wrong.
You
Did
said
I?
She just said she wants to update it.
Yeah.
Did I not say you're
You're
wrong?
being a little defiant.
You
That's all.
said-
Also, the
You have to
people in the
prove
chat
them
are not. Most of your audience is like-minded, so of course, most of the audience is going to answer the same.
Here we go. No,
That's not true.
That is true.
That is true.
No, let's cut it out. See, it speaks to the fact that they don't listen to men. Okay, shame, insult, guilt need to be right. It don't matter if most of the goddamn audience is this or that. They're from different demographics, and they're speaking on things that actually do happen. Why is it that when you're criticized by the world, then you blame the world for looking at what they see and judging it based off of what they goddamn see? It's a mostly man's podcast, and this is what mostly men say. Men that are not on the podcast, men who don't broadcast themselves online, say the same things. Why is it that when men like ourselves say these things, we're null and void, we're counted out because we are like-minded? Most men think like this, man. It's just most men are not able to fulfill the way that they think, or their willpower. All of us want to be millionaires and be able to build and create generational wealth for families, but it's about who can do that. All of us are the same, ladies. Don't get it twisted.
Actually,
You
they
said you
disagree a
have
lot.
8% woman only. So
Well, you know what? If you're going to say that most of our audience is like-minded and they agree with what we're saying, I would say that this is a very good sample study for men in general, and a lot of men agree with what we're saying. It's just that you haven't heard it because men can't tell women the truth.
No, you market to a certain type of
audience,
and that's cool. But if you want to be objective with it, then go on the street and ask all different types of men, random men, not the men that are listening to you constantly.
Do you know, right?
So wait, so what is not objective about men prefer younger women? That is the truth. That is an objective fact.
I agree with that. I'm not saying that. I agree.
What are you arguing?
And
Now, what are you arguing in particular?
I'm arguing that what you're saying right now, what you're trying to prove is
Which
not
is, give us exactly what we're trying to prove that is not objective.
that most.
Go ahead.
You gotta wait for me to pause to play that.
Well, there's a pause right now.
Yeah, honestly, we're just going in circles, so I'm good.
Okay, because you're trying to, you're making an accusation, and then we're asking you, okay, articulate your accusation. You can't do it.
Okay.
That's what's going on. I'm giving you a platform to, okay, what are we saying that's incorrect?
They're still saying.
I feel like you're incorrect.
I'm saying
Not
the way
particular.
that you're trying to prove things is not accurate. Just like somebody says something and you're like, oh, well, is the sky blue? Like you're trapping somebody to agree with you. Obviously, yes, the sky is blue. Obviously, yes, most people on this chat are going to answer a certain type of way because they.
But ma'am, she says she needs proof that the sky is blue. Did you not observe that part? And this is the delusion that we talk about when he said, do we need research to say that the sky is blue? She literally said, yes, we need the research for that. You don't find any points of contingency with that.
Think a certain type of way because they're a certain type of audience because that's who you market to. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying the way that you try to prove things. I'm not saying you're right or wrong. I'm saying the way that you come at it is not accurate.
Well, I use analogies to describe things because it's very difficult for women to understand sometimes. So I have to give an analogy to you know,
What makes
illustrate
you
what I'm
think
saying.
that we don't understand you?
He held the gun to my temple.
Herschel Walker made violent threats.
Come on. Get this shit out of my face. They going in on Herschel Walker though. I didn't see about 100 goddamn ads about Herschel Walker. All right, we're gonna skip past this, guys. We're gonna skip past this. Okay.
Because I've been repeating myself multiple times, saying a fact, and then you guys have refused to accept said fact.
Okay.
I wanna go home.
Did I?
Why y'all want to argue at 2 o'clock in the morning?
Damn.
It's, you know.
And also, our audience, right, will call us out if we're capping. So I get what you're saying, but at the same time, like, we're hella accountable too. So what you're saying is they're like-minded, but if we bullshit, they're going to call us out.
Well,
So
also, women fail to realize that men are just simple creatures. A lot of us think and operate the same way. It doesn't take a lot to please a guy. Yeah. You guys are complex. You guys have different things that tick you on and off or whatever, but men are very simple in general. So, yeah, I mean, I'm amazed that like this biggest point of contention is that men prefer younger women and they refuse to accept that. That's like the biggest contention point.
they don't like hearing it.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Who really disagreed?
You guys have been arguing the whole time.
No, you and her. Y'all started that shit. Nobody else disagreed with that.
She's joining in as well, and then you try to interject into irrelevant shit. Like it's just like that's kind of what it is. Like
You know what? Y'all are simple.
See,
like you said.
no. This entire podcast, what is proven is this. And the reason why I'm pressing you guys on what in particular do you disagree with and you guys aren't able to articulate it, it's not because I've said something that is actually incorrect. It's you guys don't like what I say because it makes you feel a certain way. You guys don't like the way I deliver it. You guys don't like the directness. You guys don't like the coldness and the rashness of it. That's what you guys dislike because you're not used to people talking to you like this.
Exactly.
Women are not used to direct communication, especially from a man. Women are used to covert communication. No guy's going to tell you, let's go back to my place and fuck. No, he's going to say, yo, you're kind of cool. You want to come back to my place? I got like a cool fucking Frisbee collection. I don't fucking know. Women are not good with direct communication. Men must be covert in the way that they speak. So right now, I'm going against the grain. I'm telling y'all the truth. This is what it is. 1 + 1 is fucking 2.
No, that's not a lot, man. Men, which is why we try to speak directly to our women, and we get headaches from them. They don't communicate on the same level as we do. If you're not taking a girl serious, of course, she's not going to get the real side of you. She's going to get the game side of you, the guy that has to manipulate the situation, so to speak, side of you, but she's not going to get the real unless she proves herself to show that you might want to get in a relationship with her. Some simps actually show them their real selves. Some weaker men or, foolish men might show their real selves and get tricked out of their money and their energy, et cetera, et cetera. But for the most part, men will do what they need to do to deal with a woman, and men who understand women are going to manipulate the situation. They're not going to sit there and speak directly, and they're not going to speak directly to the woman unless they are of high status and they can do so. They have multiple options. It's just a whole different level to the game, all right? It's a whole different level to the game. Guys, Modern Woman Delusion Part 1, man. I appreciate everybody who actually joined in. Okay, I appreciate all y'all for joining in. Hit that like button, hit that subscription button, and continue to support Mr. OKL, all right? Y'all follow me on Instagram if y'all haven't done so already. It's called OK Let's Talk TV, all right? I will be going live tomorrow, okay? Tomorrow I'm going live at 3 p.m., all right? 3 p.m., Mr. OKL is going to be going live. I'm not going to tell y'all the topic. We finna be going right on into it. It's going to be another, that was going to be an open panel. This one, I didn't want to open it up because I had too much things going on. So tomorrow, y'all stay tuned, man. 3 p.m. EST Eastern Time, Mr. OKL will be going live. I need y'all to, reciprocate energy a little bit more. Let's be a little bit more proactive. Let's chat a little bit more. Let's build. Let's network a little bit more. Matter of fact, a lot bit more, because we need to do that in these times. This is Mr. OKL reaching out. All right. I'm not here to give y'all no advice. I'm just here to give y'all life. That being said, let's stay tuned for some more and listen to some of these tunes as we back up.